Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're all doing well and having a really great day. In this video, I'm going to be swapping more GPUs into the Octominer server cases. As you guys know, I bought a whole bunch of them and I am just wanting to transition to these because I love these cases. I love how they look and they function just amazing. I don't know what else to say. Just these are awesome cases. In this video, it's round number 2 because about a couple days ago, I moved 8 5700s into this X8 Ultra and it's awesome. It's been working really well. But in today's video, I'm going to transition these two rigs here. So I have a 8x RTX 2070 rig, and these are all MSI RTX 2070s. I think these are the Ventus versions. And then below this one is 8 RTX 3070s, and these are the Asus turbos. I'll open it up later in the half of this video. You guys saw in the beginning my hash rates and overclocks for these rigs. So the 3070 rig, I'm getting about 62.37 around there mega hash per each 3070. And these are my overclocks here in HiveOS. So 1100 for the absolute core clock and 2600 memory and about 80% fan, and that's it. You can see the power consumption in the software, 932 in the software, but we will see at the wall when I transition first the 2070 rig here. So I'm getting about 42 mega hash, and these are my overclocks, 1100 absolute core clock and 1600 on the memory. 726 in the software. So these are numbers that I want to remember because I want to see the difference when I transition the, I guess, the Minebox cases that I'm using right now into the Octominers and seeing if we are going to lower the power consumption just a little bit. Right now, both of those rigs are on this PDU side, so we're at 150 watts, so 4150. So I'm going to take a mental note of that. And we are going to turn off 8x 2070 rig. And I also have to blow the dust out on this. So we'll do that right now. Let me go ahead and turn this off. I'll take it outside. Oh man, that rig was extremely dusty, but I just wanted to take note here. So we turned off that 2070 rig, and so we were at 4150 before. So that 2070 rig took about, I would say, 970, 980 watts. If I do my math there correctly, you guys can let me know. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. So I already went ahead and I took out the 2070s out from the Minebox 8 here. This server case served me well. I got nothing against the mineshop.eu cases. I think these are great. It's been running great, no problems for over a year. And so I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with these, probably giving them away. I'm gonna figure that out later on in other videos, okay? So you guys can see, I took them out and I blew out the dust more further in these 2070s, and yeah, they were pretty dusty. I haven't dusted these for more than a year, so yeah, not bad. So I'm gonna try and just fit one in here so you guys can see the spacing. It'll be pretty good. Okay, I had to use two hands. It was a little bit hard to get the pins into the bottom there. I don't know if you guys can see the two pins right there, or the IO bracket on the GPU. Yeah, that was tough. Okay, that's in, so you guys can see how it looks like here. Not bad. Let me plug in another one. All right, that's in. Okay, you guys can see the spacing. A lot of space, a lot of airflow. Should be no problem with these 2070s. Okay, I'm gonna put the rest in. Let's do it. There we go. 2070s are in. 8 pin for each 2070 is in. even though these Octominers, they do supply 8 different strands, and they do have another daisy chain, so 2 8-pins on each strand. But with these 2070s, they only require 1 8-pin, so that's good. Alright, so I'm not going to plug this in yet. I'm wanting to get the 3070 rig in here as well, okay? So let's go and take a look at this, okay? This rig, it's still mining right now. It's looking pretty dusty. I just wanted to show you guys how dusty looking these are. These definitely been here for, I think, less than a year now, or maybe more. I don't quite remember, but yeah. Look at this. I think this is the Mindbox 8L for large. As you can see, the spacing is much wider in this case, and it's been great. I've had no issues. So let's go ahead and dust this one. Just realized I got 2 fans that are dead. 2 dead 120mm fans in the front. These 2 are still working. Okay, this is gonna be a good one. Here we go. I'm gonna start with the GPUs. Here we go. Okay, so just minusing out the delta here, we were at 3180 before, and we're at 2075, 2080. So that 3070 rig, 8x3070s, was taking about 1100 watts. Okay, so that's just something I want to remember, 1100 watts. I already took out all the GPUs, so this is the old one that I was using. I mean, it's not old, it's still pretty new in my opinion. Thank you, Mineshop.eu. This case served me well. I already took out the 3070s. I already dusted them as well, and as I dusted the inside a bit more, a lot more dust came out, as I guess these are, you know, blower style cards. They got like this copper, massive copper heatsink in the center, are just inside, and I'm assuming in all the crevices there's probably a bit more dust in here, but I am not willing to take these apart. These blower style cards reminded me of the 1070 Founders, which were just horrible to take apart. Alright, so let me go ahead and plug in one of these 1070s and just to see what it looks like here. Okay, yeah, that I was able to do with one hand. Okay, so that looks pretty nice, and the power, it's not at the top. The dual 8-pins is on the back side here, so I wonder if I'm gonna run into, maybe, hopefully none of the cables will hit the 120mm fans. Okay, so, alright guys, let me put in all of the 3070s right now. Yeah, that looks good. Look at that. And I also cable tied all the PCIe cables together because they were all over the place, and because the PCIe cabling for the GPU is on this side, not at the top, they were hitting the fans, right? The cables were going into the fans here, touching the fans. Just some of these Velcro straps that I bought off Amazon. I'll have a link down below. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Really handy to have something like that. I also did it to the other 2070 rig here as well, even though we got a lot of spacing between the GPUs here and the PCIe cables and the fans. So, all right, guys, next step. I need to put the rig config on the HiveOS SSD. So these Octominers already come with SSDs, and so I simply just need to take these out, and I need to put in my rig config. As I'm not using, you know, I'm not adding a new worker, I'm just going to be taking the rig config and putting it on the SSD here. And so luckily I have a USB to SATA adapter. Let me just do that right now. Okay, let's turn on the 2070 rig. So I just want to take note of the power here. So we're at 2090 watts. All right, so let's go. I've already placed it here. The rig config is on the SSD. Got the internet cable in. I just need to plug in 2 C13 to C14 cables. So I guess that's like one negative thing. Since I moved away from the Mindbox server cases, they only required 1 C13 to C14 power cable into a PDU. So this time I need to utilize 2 because there are 2 1200 watt HP server PSUs here. And let's plug in the first one. And I gotta plug in the second one in the back. Alright, there we go. And it looks like it automatically turned on. Yeah, turned on right away. So I just have to see if it showed up in HiveOS, and it theoretically should. Okay, it just booted 2 minutes ago apparently, but I don't see anything hashing yet. I did have to update it to the latest version of HiveOS, as the Octominer SSD, it does have HiveOS on it, preloaded, but it's like a very old version. So let me go to the wall and see. So we are using 2,500 watts now. Oh, 2,700. Oh, I think it's ramping up now. So we were at like 2,090 watts before. We're at 2,780. So something tells me it's still ramping up. It should take a little bit more power than that. I think 980 watts from what we talked about before. And you know what? Let me do a Control F5. Here we go. I think it's starting. Let's just keep refreshing here. There we go. All right, it's mining now. I'm using T-Rex miner, mining Ethereum, and dual mining Zilliqa. So, oh, we got some more options here. Octominer shows their fans, and we can control the Octominer fans if we wanted to. There's an auto fan feature. We can set the fan speeds if we wanted to on the 4 front Octominer fans. And so we're showing 901 watts in the software, and let's go to the wall. Okay, there we go, 2,900 and I'm just gonna say 3,000 watts. So let's do a delta here. Let's do a minus. So we were at like 2180, or no, sorry, 2080. Let's just say 2100. So if we're doing the math here, I would say this rig now takes about 900 watts, if my math is correct there. You guys, you let me know down below. 900 watts now. So before, in the Minebox case, we were taking about 980. Okay, so if I take those numbers before, and now we've dropped about, according to, well, Octominer's numbers here, it says 900 watts. So that's pretty close to what the wall numbers say. That's pretty awesome. I'm just gonna refresh here, and yeah, it's still mining. All right, so that's good. That's really good, Octominer. This is really nice. Okay, guys, that's it for this 2070 rig. I gotta put the top on. Now, let me do the RTX 3070 rig, the Asus Turbos. Okay, so let me get it set up over there. All right, it's on. I had to update it to the latest version again because same thing, HiveOS is on this SSD, but really old version. So it's mining now, and we're getting the same hash rate. I got the same overclocks here. Okay, you can see the power consumption. Oh, one of them is, looks like I got an invalid or rejected share. It says 90 watts. Oh, I'm gonna refresh here, see what's going on. Let's scroll down. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that one, but it says we're at 1,153 watts in the software, 1,153. So at the wall, I want to remember we were at 4,150 watts using the older server cases, and now with the Octominers, same overclock settings, everything, just swap the GPUs over to the Octominers. We're at 4,125 now. So with everything, we've knocked off only about, realistically, 20 watts. So yeah, I guess, you know, we're a little bit more efficient going with the Octominer server cases. Now, there's one thing I wanted to try. So since we can control the 120 mil fans on these Octominer cases, I want to do auto fan setting on here. So in HiveOS, there is a button here, external fan control. We're gonna go auto fan on, and then we're gonna hit apply. And I'm gonna do that to the other 2070 rig as well. And I wanna see how much watts we can knock off here. And I can audibly hear the fans just went down. So there we go. So we're at 96, 97 now. Let me just do a refresh. Okay, the fans have drastically dropped down. 32%, 31. Okay, and let's check the 2070 rig. Let's refresh this. All right, there we go. Oh, 78, 68% instead. So how much power did we knock off? So we're at 4130-ish, 4125 watts for the whole PDU. Oh, wow, now we're at 4,000 130 watts. So I would say we knocked off a good 120 watts now from the older setup. I think that's pretty good, but it's obviously, it's winter time and it's cold in the barn right now. It's not the basement, it's the barn. And looking at the temperatures here, 25 degrees Celsius or 79 Fahrenheit in here. As you know, in the summer, the barn does get pretty hot. So I'll have to definitely pump the fans to 100, most likely. But hey, I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good though. We knocked off a good 120 watts. Temperatures seem to be generally okay. Let's go to the 3070s here and let me just hit refresh. And the temperatures are rising, but we're still below 50 degrees. Obviously, we just started though. But otherwise, guys, I think we're okay. There's this one 3070 I'm kind of worried about. Why does it say 90 watts? But we're at 62.33 mega hash. I think there might be something wrong with that one. Okay guys, I think that's it. I'm happy about the transition to the two Octominer server cases. Here are the old ones, mineshop.eu. Still great server cases, but I really love how these ones look. Octominer X8 Ultra. Alright my friends, that's it for this video. We finally have 3 set up in the barn. I still have to do a few more rigs here. I'm gonna figure that out in another video. The Radeon 7's definitely afraid of transitioning that. I'm gonna be taking this to my garage right now actually. These are the 584 giger cards and I'm gonna add this to my tower. I'm actually gonna take out these 584 gigers and I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but I wanna put in A2000s. I have 4 more and I'm trying to find 2 more, so I'll make another A2000 rig in this mining cave 6 GPU mining frame. Alright guys, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Let me know your thoughts of my transition into Octominers and if it was a good or bad idea. I think it's a good idea. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. And peace out.